You can usually tell who have the best pit crews when you have green flag pit stops. You see how it broke up that front pack into about a group of 15 or so, and then another group of 15 or so.
Mike Skinner came in first, came out third. Casey Atwood had to come back in to retighten lug nuts. That's put him back into 13th place. And we're told the penalty on Kyle Petty was because it is his tire that is sitting out in the infield grass. It got away from the crewmen on his scheduled pit stop.
And you know what? They're going to leave it there, I think. They don't want anybody to know whose it is.
We're just past halfway in the Great American Race. 105 laps complete in the Daytona 500 on Fox. Welcome back to the Daytona 500 on Fox. Jeff Gordon has taken the lead for the first time today. He's brought Ricky Rudd with him. Dale Earnhardt sits in third. Tonight on Fox, Futurama at 7, King of the Hill at 7:30, and Sideshow Bob control Bart's Mind. Kelsey Grammer guests on The Simpsons, and Malcolm in the Middle, and The X-Files. It's all new on Fox starting at 7, 6 Central tonight. Steve Park, Dale Earnhardt, and the third of those Chevrolets is the 31 of Mike Skinner chasing Jeff Gordon. It's a Chevy front four. Now at Fox, we're working on a number of new innovations for our NASCAR coverage, including a way for you to identify the cars more easily at home. Here's a little demonstration of Fox Tracks. It'll help us pinpoint drivers for you in the field. Rusty Wallace back there trying to work his way back up on the lead lap will pinpoint him. Every car has a GPS receiver. The Sport Vision folks, they have telemetry all around the racetrack to keep you pinned into those cars. There's Mike Skinner working up the outside and showing his speeds. Earnhardt versus Skinner and Wallace. At this point, Skinner just a little bit faster coming off that corner than is Earnhardt. This is just a demonstration, folks. If this didn't work too well, we can call it an experiment. But in coming weeks, we're going to roll out Fox Tracks on our NASCAR coverage. Don't need Fox Tracks to show you where Jeff Gordon is. Remember, after seizing an engine in yesterday's final practice, they installed a new lump under the hood, and he is leading this race.
Rusty's car will really go down that back, but you got to realize he's back in the pack here, and he's getting help from all those cars that are in front of him. But you'll watch his speed fall off when he gets to the corner because he can't maintain that because of traffic. And that's the dilemma these drivers have. Get a run, you've got nowhere to go.
Right now, they got the black car of Ricky Rudd, the 28 car hung in the middle. Remember, Ricky had that vibration earlier, finally got the pit road under that green flag stop, and hopefully that vibration's gone away.
Well, I tell you, you've got to protect that inside line. If you let a car get under you, that's what happens. Coming off the 4 and going down into 1, that inside line is really, really the way to go.
A minute ago, Rudd was up to second. Suddenly, he's been kicked back to 10th. Matt Yoakum.
Mike, when Steve Park was a rookie in the Busch Series, he went to the Dale Earnhardt School of Drafting. Earnhardt, in fact, one night sat down with Steve with a napkin and drew a diagram of Daytona and how he needed to draft around this track with other cars. He's obviously learned his lesson well. Last night in Happy Hour, the crew did make some changes, though. They went to a lower gear and a different shock package. Right now, the car is very comfortable, and he was very content riding behind the 3.
The Long Islander, second-generation NASCAR modified driver, started 25th. He's up to 3rd.
Look at Sterling Martin in the silver car below the 7 car Mike Wallace, making it 3 wide going into turn 1.
Sterling's done that a lot today.
Yes, he has. And the reason that's happening right there particularly, the wind is pushing those cars down into turn 1 really, really fast.
From Ricky Rudd looking back. 182 miles an hour, 6,900 RPM. Mark Martin goes by on the outside, or pulls up on the outside.
Right now, the tire's pretty fresh. See that throttle? He just flipped it just a little bit getting the corner. Sometimes you got to back off just a little bit to keep from hitting the car in front of you, though, Darrell.
That's mainly what's happening. If we had a brake pedal on here, you'd probably see he's riding that brake a little bit, too.
Telemetry also showing where he is on the track, going now through the tri-oval. 18-degree banking here at start-finish.
This is where he's at on the racetrack.
Ward Burton right behind him.
Boys, there's some slicing and dicing going on now.
Darrell, I don't think I've ever seen a Daytona 500 with this many cars holding up in that lead pack.
And that second group that came out of the pit a little late has caught back up. So like drivers have told me all along, you can't get out of the draft.
Often green flag pit stops will spread the field all out. Here they're spread across the racetrack instead of the length of it. 4 wide for a moment.
Guys, I was clocking the difference between that first pack that came out of the pit and the group that came out later. There was an 8-second spread. Now you can see 8 seconds has gotten right back down to about a 2.5-second spread between the guys leading it and the tail end of that pack.
Jeff Gordon was leading a moment ago. Let's go to his pit. Dick?
We've had a lot of conversation about the engine in your race car. Is it okay, Robbie?
Yeah, the engine's great. I tell you, it's just right now you got to stay out of trouble trying to get to that last lap, figure out what we can do there to later.
Who are you working with today?
Jeff Gordon. I tell you what, it's hard out there. You get with somebody and you get messed up, you get shuffled to the back. You just got to do all you can right now.
All right, good luck, bud.
Sterling Marlin just shot back around Earnhardt going down the back. And he's going to be our leader when they get back here, I think.
26 lead changes so far among 11 drivers. 15 different leaders is the race record.
2 cars that consistently have been up there and been able to get in the lead has been Sterling's car and Ward Burton's car. They seem to be able to get in the lead if they can get the right line working with them.
There goes Gordon getting that run over turn 1 and 2, getting the help from the 7 car, Mike Wallace, but I don't know. He drifted up awfully high up there coming off turn 2.
I think Gordo's car is pushing up on him a little bit, probably more than he'd like for it to, and it's opening up a lane underneath of him that he would like to not have happen.
3 wide once again, heading for turn 3. Jerry Nadeau, 25, caught in the middle with Ricky Rudd, Jeremy Mayfield, and Bobby Hamilton, and there's Steve Park, the yellow car in the middle, number 1. Jeannie?
Well, Paul, I heard your driver came through here on the radio and said, sorry about that pit stop. I overran things a little bit, but I'll make it up to you. And he is making it up to you, isn't he?
Yeah, first pit stop, we kind of slid through the pits, and, everybody kept a real calm head, and we got him pushed back and had a decent stop. But, obviously we had to start in the back, and then now we've had the green flag stop. We had a really good stop and got him up in front. So everything's real good right now.
All right, we'll leave you to the business of wheeling and dealing up here. Thanks for the time.
Paul Andrews, championship crew chief in 92 with Alan Kulwicki. 116 laps complete. Jeff Gordon out front. Mike Wallace, one of 3 brothers in this race, up to second. Mike Skinner and Ken Schrader fight for third. Sterling Marlin right up there. You're watching the Daytona 500.